Friendly greetings, Torley Linden here, looking in homage, similar to someone. And today I don't have much of a video tutorial for you. What I mean by that is it's going to be more of a tour. There's this place I want to tell you about. It's been around several years in Second Life. I believe the roots of it were planted in 2003 by Lumiere and Noir. And if you know what I'm talking about, it's the Ivory Tower of Primitives. Learn how to build. It's a great resource just for that. Let's find it. So come with me, click on the search button, and let's see here. Let's just go. I was just having a chat with Melissa, my mentor. And let's head to this Awe tab, and let's search for Ivory Tower. Now, despite the name, don't worry, it's not snobbish or anything. It's very accessible. Click search. Give it a few moments, and aha, there it is. Now, click this, and it's going to pop up with information. That's what it looks like. And yes, it's educational, very educational, a self-guided, self-paced, comprehensive building tutorial. Click on teleport, and away we go. And we are going to land on our feet. And I believe thousands and thousands of residents have learned how to build here. It does take a while to res, meaning that all these things have to come in. And by the way, while we're waiting, primitive refers here to geometric primitive or primitive object. All these building blocks of Second Life that make up just about any object you see. Actually, every object that you see. So now that it's resed, actually let me zoom out once more to show you this is what it looks like. As you can see, it is a tower. It's got kind of a dome at the top. It's very intricately built itself. Out here, you notice the signs because there's a sandbox nearby where you can practice your building. But the sign means basically, we're watching you. No guns. Don't shoot each other. Be peaceful. Be constructive. Literally. Visually, too, of course. Over here, we have different signs of newcomer-friendly places like Yodney's Junkyard, the Spaceport Alpha, texture tutorials, very cool stuff, and other arts and culture things that are going on. Of course, right up here, we have Second Life logo of sorts and windmills in the background. It's just a very old but very nice neighborhood. So let's come on in. What you're going to see here first, this first floor. So it consists of several floors. If you've ever played a video game where you have to ascend floors to fight boss monsters, it's kind of like that, except there are no boss monsters here. Sorry if that disappoints you, but it's more fun than that because you're going to learn from the most fundamental elementary skills on this lower floor to very advanced skills on the upper ones. As you can see, I just cameraed right through the ceiling. So what we have here is talking about how different ruler modes work. And while this is a bit confusing to navigate at first, I would treat it like going to a science laboratory or a museum or something. You can just go into mouse look. I just basically used my scroll wheel, but you can go to the view menu and mouse look. Press M when chat bar is closed. And that's also a nice way to go around and look because there's a lot of floating text. On top, you'll notice also that there are different languages that these note cards are translated into. If I click this, touch me for note card, then it'll take me out of mouse look, but it will show me about what each one does. A lot of these fundamentals have stayed the same for years. There have been some changes in some finer parts of the user interface, but overall, you can read. And if that's too much text for you, then you can try looking at the actual exhibits and how that matches up. I think they're going to need to update this, or Lumiere specifically will need to update this to the new blue Dazzle codename skin that you see I'm using. Because this is all the gray way. That will be changing soon. But aside from that, it's pretty cool. You see all these sorts of, everything you see here is made out of a prim. You right-click and select it. That's a prim. That's a prim. All these are linked together to make shapes, to make airplanes. Now let me go up some. I'll show you how to go up through floors. Take your time at each one. This is self-paced. You can come back anytime you want, just about, and learn, like it says, it's self-paced. So these green arrows with animated textures, they're pointing upwards, and you can go ahead and right-click and select up from the pie menu right there, okay? And then it'll just spring you. It's a bit disorienting, but now you're on this floor where, holy moly, this place is really popular, as you can see. there are a lot of prims showing you the different parameters. These are when, for example, if you right-click and edit, and you notice right under the Object tab, it shows, well, these are all the variations of those numbers and different degrees of things you can change. You can shape them. Basic shapes turn into all sorts of complex objects. And international friendly, I see here. We can right-click again, just look for the arrows, right? Green up, red is down. And thanks, Lumiere. Okay, so we're on this next floor here. That's a pretty cool title, Helpy Helperton. I like Helpy, that's a fun word. Now this is one of my favorite parts here because it shows you that a fire hydrant, you can't believe it at first, but really these are the separate and original prims that are then moved together, and then you can add shiny and recolor to make it look like a real fire hydrant. Very close to one, because real ones are red, right? No, not always. And of course, note card as always. And you can learn more about that. So as we keep on going here, you're going to keep seeing another green arrow. And then you can click it at a distance, by the way. Right-click and, oh, maybe not. Click on something else, perhaps. Right-click, there we go, and next. And here we go again. So it's just floor after floor after floor of glorious building fun. And you can see all the ways in which prims are manipulated, modified, shaped, tapered, cut, twist, hollowed, and turned into different shapes, which you may not have originally thought possible. But really, like Legos, like atoms, they are combined in different ways. If you want, you can climb the stairs here. This is just funny. Are these stairs anywhere? I'm not a very good climber. But let's see. Okay, there's another floor showing some more constructs. So let's go up there too. This is a tour, this is a tour. Right-click and up. Oh, and by the way, something I've often mentioned with pie menus, very fun to do. Hold down the right mouse button and then don't release it until you select an option, like up, then just release. There. Very easy. Isn't that better than 2 clicks sometimes, if you're fast enough? So this floor is kind of emptier than the rest, but let's see. We can right-click and select directory again. Oh, where do we go? Where do we go? Oh, there's a link here to the particle laboratory. If you saw my video tutorial on doing particles at Jopsy Pendragon's place, they're linked because what you do is you put particle emitter scripts within these prims. And then we see here, let's see what else we got. Oh, it's just so much stuff, isn't it? So this takes you to other places. These are kind of more abstract looking portals. So right-click that and module 4. Lots of time to explore. Oh, we're back here, I guess. But if I was to cam through there, cam through the floors, and you're going to see how this, near the top floor, there's other kinds of constructions of how things like, I guess now we can use sculpted prims, which would allow for more physical detail, but anatomical detail, I meant. But in this case, this is kind of like a dude who is laying on his back. He's very tired. He could be fed chips or snacks or something. Motorcycles, a computer keyboard. Basically, the whole point is everything around you see here, it's all prims, all made out of prims. We are all made out of prims. Well, that's not completely true. Avatars themselves, they are not prims. Attachments are all made out of prims, though. And zoom out. And whenever you want, just head out, to the sandbox next door. It's a good place to get lost, certainly. If you're ever really lost and you need to get out quickly, then you can just go to the map and then just click slightly outside of it. Let me just move this, and I'll double-click a place nearby. That should take us outside of it. So remember, it's in Natoma. And we're just right outside, like I said we would be. And let's go to the sandbox, and we can see, I think someone's got something in progress. They're building a building of some sort that doesn't have a roof, but maybe it will. Maybe it won't. If it doesn't need a roof, but it has stairs. Stairs to where? Stairs to everywhere? No, couldn't be. Couldn't be that. Lots of fun to be had in Second Life. Even if you think, I don't know how to build, well, here's where you learn. It's really risk-free. You know what they say, you know what we say. It all starts with a cube. You just right-click, create, click on the ground, and there you have a basic building block. You can click on these other shapes to have other shapes of building blocks and modify them further. You can have a cylindrical thing there, or a sphere, and you can change them in just so many beautiful ways. Whoop, let me click that down, not up. That won't do anything. But you see, we can already kind of have a Pac-Man dude like that. And then just go to texture and make him yellow. Or not, let me just blank that. Select and color yellow like a Pac-Man dude. That's so easy and so fun. And the thing to remember is you can show other people in Second Life live what you're doing. They can see you. It's just spontaneous 3D enjoyment. So check it out. Word from the Torley. Check out the Ivory Tower of Primitives. Learn how to build here. Congregate with others and share ideas. Building using Second Life. Learning using Second Life too.